Let's have a peek into a yacht designer's sketchbook. Today we talk about the third version of our 70-meter Super Yacht Design Project. We already did two versions, one on paper and one on tablet. Today we talk about the sketchbook. A yacht designer's sketchbook or a designer's sketchbook is a very useful tool and is filled with great ideas. Now, it's very useful because you can carry it around and it doesn't run out of battery. We already did two versions of the 70-meter Super Yacht project, and this is the third. The third version is somewhat unusual, and I approach it this way to create a more radical design, something that you never seen before on the water. I'm really happy with the result. I already did the initial sketches for the third version. I will take you through all these sketches and explain how I think and how I developed all the ideas. Let's have a look. Now let's go through and discuss a little bit what I've already designed. And these are the first sketches, the first profile views I did with the wheelhouse overhanging a bit above and following some lines. I wanted to be something that's never been seen before. So this is the first sketch. I really like the first part of the wheelhouse and also how these lines came with the owner suite being here, and also here will be the open part, the terrace, what we've talked to. And here we have a balcony for the owners, the guests area. Now I did several views and also trying different shapes, different approaches. Here more geometrical one. This is a process. This is how I work here. I wrote balconies for the guests. So then I did more sketches, profile views, different layouts, and I really like this part, how the wheelhouse and with a big roof on the sun deck, because on top we will want to put solar panels. So also I have an idea to put a helipad in the aft. So because we have in the front the open area, which I decided to make it open also on the top. So we will not have the options to land a helicopter there. So that's why I moved the helipad in the aft on the sun deck. Now I tried different view. This is a more three-dimensional views with also close up on the owner suite side with the access from the main deck to the guest deck through starboard side stairs. Now here we have also another view. I like to make these views from very rough, just to have an overall feeling of the yacht. Here is a top view on the sun deck. I have an idea to make the roof of the sun deck asymmetrical and have some sunbeds and make it more bold and modern and more innovative. Here I developed more views from the sun deck. Here we have the solar panels and also a pool with some beds, sitting areas. We have the view from the top and also a three-dimensional view. I want to combine glass bulwarks with steel railing. So this is something that I would like to try to see how it looks. Here we have also a detail from the guest area with the access to the balconies. I also have here a layout. As I told you, sometimes I also develop top views of the layout. So I imagine here to have 4 rooms for the guest and 1 VIP who will access the aft part of the balconies, and also each of the 4 will access through the ports. Now I didn't decide if I wanted to have this enclosed, to have it private for the VIPs. I will have to think about it. Now we have also a pair of stairs, probably somewhere here, that will go between the main deck and the guest deck. Now here we have also a view from the open area. I imagine here to have a glass roof, so you have a glass roof from the owner suite. The open area, the terrace, I place here a sitting area, but I will develop it further. I decided to put also a jacuzzi here. I also have a sketch from the aft where the beach club is, with an indoor pool, and also here will be the platform. Another profile view, I wanted here to look for the proportions of the yacht, to have it more closely to the proportions, and because here we will have lines, I like to repeat these design elements in here. Now I like the style of the wheelhouse, and I develop it further. I wanted to have here to see how the volumes are built. So this line flows from the up part of the superstructure, comes to the lower part. So it changes direction. You can see here how the lines go from top to bottom. This is for the guest balcony. Now we have developed further going to, and we remember that here we have the main foyer with the elevator serving all decks, or the main deck, the guest deck, and the sun deck, which is interesting. Now we have different also different view here. Now I also thought about the layout for the guest area with 1 VIP or 2 guest rooms, or even 4 rooms without the VIP. I will have to check this with the dimension to see how room I have to play with. But these are ideas that I will check on the further steps. Now I would have to think about how the mooring access, the mooring equipment in the bow is accessed. One way is from the wheelhouse to have stairs that go to the guest deck, and then from there go down through the open terrace and into the mooring, and also an access from the crew area from the lower deck. It's important to have to also take into consideration routes. This can be done also in the developing of the GA, but I like to think about it also when I design the first sketch. I have to take into consideration some of the practical and functional aspect of the design. I have also looking for shapes and layout. For example, on the sun deck, I sketch here also a pool that is tilted, so it's not horizontal or vertical. It's oblique. With some beds around, with the elevator here and the access stairs, and some sitting area, and a helipad in the aft. Now here I developed a rapid sketch for the main deck where I want a pool with some beds and sitting areas. And also on the lower deck where I have the beach club, I thinking of splitting the beach club in two sections. One enclosed, that can be enclosed with sliding doors, and one open that will be always open to the elements. Now here I take it a little bit further, made an top view. We will have here the sliding doors that will enclose the space, and we'll have the two set of platforms that can open individual and open each section individuals. So we'll have sitting areas, maybe a bar in here. Also on the open part of the beach club we'll have the pool and sitting area and the stairs accessing the main deck, which will be from top. If we look here, they will go down from here. So we'll go from here up on the main deck. Now let's go through. Now here is a sketch of the terrace in front of the owner suite. When I envision a jacuzzi, some beds and the sofa, a sitting area. I will have to leave some room on the port side for the access to the mooring equipment. So the people will, the officers, the deckhands, the people will have to go down from the wheelhouse to dedicated stairs, go down from the guest deck to the lower deck, the main deck where the mooring equipment is, to the port side stairs here, go on the back of the sitting area. We have here a room to go through and access a door that will lead to the mooring equipment room in the bow. And they can access it also from the crew, from the lower deck. Here is another sketch I did for the sun deck part with the wheelhouse, with the wing station. I envision wing station. Some yachts don't have wing stations, but I find it important for people to operate the yacht. So even if they break the shapes, it's something that you add on a clean, let's say clean design, but it might make it look better. Now on top, I also made an observation deck with a sitting area and the access stairs. Here is the elevator and the stairs that have to be enclosed. We need a closing door and then that open and offer access to the stairs, and also the elevator, the lift. These are all the sketches I did for this part of the yacht. On the next videos, we will have some more beautiful sketches and more visual. It will be more pleasant to see. Now these sketches are rough, not that nice, but it's a very important process when we design ideas, look for styling, and the yacht is revealing himself. So it's an important process from my point of view. Like in our previous video, I did a more in detailed profile view to check the proportions and refine some lines. I like the result. It's a unique design. It's something that you never seen before on the water. This version features an owner suite on the main deck with an open space in front of the owner suite, like a terrace. The deck above, that I called it the guest deck because it has the guest rooms here and also an owner's saloon that can be accessed both from the owner's suite and from the guest deck. And on top, on the sun deck, we have also the wheelhouse and an helipad. We finished the initial sketches of our 70-meter Super Yacht Design Project. And we developed 3 versions that we will move forward with on the detailed sketches and the concept 3D model. After that, we will have to choose to move forward with only one version. Now I invite you to write in the comments below and tell me which one do you like the most. The first version with the bridge deck and the owner suite on the main deck, the second version with an entire owner's deck with the wheelhouse on the sun deck, or the final version with the wheelhouse on the sun deck, with the owner suite on the main deck, with an open terrace in front, and the owner's saloon on the guest deck. So which one would you choose if you will have to decide on one of these 3? Next, we will concentrate and to develop the detailed sketches. These are the refined sketches. These are more beautiful sketches that you can have an idea of how the yacht will look. And then move forward to the 3D concept models, which we will develop for all 3 versions. We'll have to decide to move forward with only one of these 3 versions, because it's a tremendous amount of work to design it. So this step of the project took me around 10 hours for all 3 versions. So roughly around 3 hours for each and every version. The next stages will take a little bit longer. Now, before we conclude our video, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell and give a like. Take into consideration becoming a Patreon. This will help us deliver higher quality and more videos. Until next time, let's live the yacht design passion.